kinda dicey and pricey. Life ain't looking at me nicely. It's icy, things be looking kinda dicey. Precisely.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast, and today we'll be reviewing a song by Anderson Paak called Lockdown. I'm very curious because I've never heard an Anderson Paak song ever, so I'm very curious to see how this is going to go. And overall, I really liked that we were diving into different genres here. I love diving into R&B a lot because I'm always impressed. Most of the time I'm going to be impressed by an R&B song because most of the artists I'm listening to are actually pretty good. I like that we're diving into that section a little bit more. But yeah, before you watch our review or anything else, go like and subscribe. Do everything you want to do on our channel. Just do whatever and spread our channel around. Feel free. Go follow his Instagram. Mine is, I'm fine with the number of followers I have. Go follow his Instagram.
Follow all of our Instagrams, link in the description. Yeah.
He's only got 78 followers. He needs to get to 500. You gotta help him out there.
Yeah.
And yes.
And
so,
daily, sorry.
Yeah.
And daily podcast clips as well. Like everybody who's normally in the podcast, link in the description. Yeah, I've heard some Anderson Paak quality. A lot of people really like this guy. So let's get into it. We reviewed "I Can't Breathe" by her, Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy song, and Sway Lee. Check those out as well. And yeah.
So my review on this song, this video really got to me, man. I was really the video was very emotional for me, and I'm trying my best to just like, oh my gosh, it was kind of difficult to watch. But you guys know my opinion on everything that's going on. You guys don't need to hear me wear it out again.
And if you don't know his opinion, watch the her. Or the "I Can't Breathe" review by her, the Lil Baby Bigger Picture review, or the J. Cole Snow on the Bluff review. But go on.
The one thing I love this song, dude. This song was actually a very good song. Talent-wise, it was great as well. I give this a 10 out of 10. It was really the emotional factor and the emotion in the song. It's really touching. I really did like this song. And real quick, I just wanted one thing I wanted to really touch on. The rioting and looting. I wanted to touch on that one more time. And I like how he's like talking about like what happened to COVID or anything. I'm glad, even though I'm glad, but I'm not glad at the same time because there's going to be a whole new wave of COVID. Look at all the protesting. Everyone's near each other. It's going to spread.
Arizona is.
The rioting and looting, it doesn't help anything at all. And I like how he's like, won't you tell me about the looting? What's that really about? Doesn't really justify anything. It doesn't, like, destroying people's lives does not justify. 15 wrongs do not make it right. I'm just going to leave it at that. Peaceful protests, I agree with. The whole Antifa BS, I do not agree with that whatsoever. They're hurting every race here. That makes absolutely no sense, and it's hypocritical to say that they are supporting Black Lives Matter and Black lives, when in reality, they are hurting Black lives. And this makes no sense, and it hurts to see that some people are just like, I hate to see the suffering that Antifa has also brought to these people as well. It does not make any sense whatsoever, and it really pisses me off. What we can't do here is stereotype. That's what people want to end in this country. That's what Black Lives Matter has wanted to end in this country. But we cannot stereotype people who are white. We can't stereotype the cops. We can't stereotype. I mean, dude, not everyone, just because they're what I've heard Black Lives Matter say about the whole rioting and looting, and some of them are supporting it, some of them are not. A few bad apples doesn't make the whole batch bad. And that's true, but that's also the same as saying, the same thing as saying just because just because there are a couple of bad cops, there's some bad cops out there, it does not mean every cop is bad. Just because there are a few racist white people out there, it does not mean all white people are racist. Just because there are illegal immigrants that cross over the border of Mexico does not mean that every Mexican is an illegal immigrant. Stereotyping is what's killing us in America. That's one thing I just never really. It needs to end.
I thought his style is pretty cool. His writing is pretty cool. He does sound a decent amount like Kendrick. kind of a similar tone, kind of like an R&B version of Kendrick. I thought the other guy who was rapping was kind of interesting. Not a big fan of that. Like, as far as the song goes, it flowed pretty well. More of a talking song though, so like as far as it being like mega catchy, pretty catchy. Yeah, everything he's talking about, I thought it was pretty dope. Really a little more middle ground and kind of like asking questions, kind of like the J. Cole one, kind of just like, why is this happening, blah blah, versus like the Her or the Little Baby one is a little more kind of like exerting their opinion or whatever. But yeah, overall I thought it's good. I give it an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna be honest, as far as like listening to it, you know, it was alright. It was alright. You know, some Anderson Paak songs I've listened to, I'm like, oh, this is so sick. This one, you know, it's kind of like whatever. But you know, you can't necessarily judge a song off of catchiness when that's not really what it's going for. But then like the Her song was super catchy and it had really good content talking about you know, the injustice and things like that have happened. But yeah, overall I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, like Lucas said, check out all of our crap. What do you think about this? Link in the description. Check out the I Can't Breathe review. Peace out.